Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is KP Heathen, and this is now a longtime friend in the Superchat family. They make regular appearances here, and I have caught them out supporting other creators regularly as well when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams trying to do the same thing. When we look at their channel, they want to talk about prepping, cooking, as well as product reviews. I can see I'm a little bit behind here, so I'm just going to grab your latest video and put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. When we dig through the thumbnails here, we can get an idea of some of the variety here, and then some cooking videos as well, which is great. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,600 views and beyond, and follows in line really with the rest of what they're doing on the channel. We always see variety in shorts on almost every channel here in the Superchat family. 622 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards the 700 that we know that they must be thinking about. So thank you everybody for coming in. I got quite a few names on our Wheel of Doom already. Scratch and PP, of course, is always in the pole position. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He can't be with us every day just due to a work schedule, but he always lets us know he's thinking about us. Corinne's Life is also a member and a moderator. I've got her on the wheel. Lisa's Fun Finds just picked up a gifted membership from Izzy Ska. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens, so Izzy Ska will be the next channel that we look at, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. Butler Family Farm was first in the door with Just Jason, Keto, and more as well. On the wheel right now, I Am Betty J Gathers needs to be added. She's one of our longest standing members. As you can see from her membership badge color, when they start to turn close to red, like Corinne's Life and I Am Betty J Gathers, that means they've been official members longer than 2 years. I know we've got lots more friends in the house. Alex and Alex, good to see you here. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is apparently monetized. Is that right? I went in yesterday, but I didn't see the Super Chat button, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken about that. But somebody let me know that they were monetized, unless they've still got to go through the AdSense situation. Wayne's World Unlimited from the UK is here. Jevin Richardson's here every day. Dutchfly61 is a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Mrs. Kanky Curly, good to see you back in the house. Alex and Alex is here. I don't mean to miss anybody in the house. Mountain Grandma, of course, was here early. And it takes me a second to go through our introductions here. But John123 says they're in New Brunswick right now. That's another fellow Canadian. Shades of Grey, Theta Eisenberg are both in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I know Wheat's Art is also here. Is Wheat and Shaw with a special art channel. So we're going to put that on the wheel right now. So, KP Heathen, like I said, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us frequently, and I see them out supporting other creators all the time. I hope everybody will connect with them and check out their prepping and cooking videos, as well as these product reviews and a little bit of random outdoor content as well. Coastal Water, I'm just going to add you to the wheel. Izzy Ska was live just recently. They might still be live. They were live just an hour ago. They're live every day, I think, right? Izzy Ska gifted a membership, and we always put membership gifters and Super Chatters onto the screen right away as soon as that happens. And then after a long period of time, I will get around to adding some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And then Oh, thank you, Shades of Grey. Yeah, memberships and super chats and things like that, even though we talk about them occasionally here, it's absolutely never necessary. Everybody has a chance to be on the wheel, on the screen, regardless of those things. They're always appreciated when they do happen. But we want to always leave everything open to everybody on this channel. So, like I said, after a while, I will add a name, at least one name right away to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And then about an hour from now, I'll add another one. And as the stream goes on, I'll add some more. Lil J Rope Waterhouse, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you. KNRP Kim Polton, good to see you here. I've been catching them frequently in live streams. Indiana Backyard Gardener, good to see you here. Yeah, Corinne's Life was showing us behind the scenes working on merchandise today. And then, yeah, that's okay. Thank you, Wayne's World Unlimited. Yes, that's, again, why I say things on this particular channel are always going to be open to everyone. And then, yeah, so Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network will go through the AdSense system by the look of it. One of the things I haven't been able to help with as much as I'd like over the last long while is AdSense. I was grandfathered in. I was in web development and everything since 1990-something. So whenever AdSense came out, I've been a part of that, and it's the system's so far long away now that things have changed, and most of you who have more than one channel know that you just have one AdSense account. No matter how many channels or websites or apps or other things that you might have, they all get funneled into one. So the system, even though it's changed, I haven't had to reapply or anything like that in as many years as I can remember. Dark Swordsman Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. But I do appreciate the fact that we have a lot of people here in the Tuber Chat family that help each other out. So I hope everybody will always do that when we have people who ask questions and things like that, especially when it comes to monetization. I know there's differences in different countries as well, whether you need a PIN that has to be mailed to you through the YouTube system and things like that. It's all meant for security and like preventing fraud and things like that. Izzy Ska is up on the screen right now. This is somebody who's with us just about every day. I'm going to talk about their content in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I'm just curious about something as well. Just Jason Keto and more happens to be here. I don't know whether they're working while they're here or not, but they turned me on to these things. They were generous enough to send over a couple of these things to me a while ago from a company called Element. It's electrolyte, and you just dump it into some water. And I've been enjoying them. I dilute mine into like 2 bottles worth of water. So let's say a liter for those of us in Canada. And then I'm just curious though, because people have been mentioning the Prime hydration and energy drinks. I'd like to get away from the energy drinks at some point. But hydration is the thought. Basically drinking things that are not carbonated. I drink things all the time, but I don't drink nearly enough water. Mr. Fulton Mraz, good to see you in the house. They've always got some interesting news for us in the chat, and thank you for that. And then, oh, thank you, Jason Keto and more has the day off today. So, Carolina Diamond Productions, good to see you in the house. What I did yesterday, so I got this here. This is a Canadian company as far as I know, but it's just sparkling water, right? And the only reason I got it is because it's exactly a 1 liter size bottle. It doesn't matter to me to drink carbonated water or regular water. But I learned the hard way not to put those Element hydration packs in there because it exploded everywhere, all over my keyboard, my computer, my mouse, my carpet, all over myself, everything. It was like if you've ever seen them dump a Diet Coke and Mentos. They drop one of those Mentos candies into a Diet Coke and it explodes. That's all over TikTok. It looked very much like that. I might even do a short about it. Traveling Foods, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Corinne's Life. Yeah, the stuff that I have here that Jason turned me on to is, I'm guessing all natural, but it's just salt with a tiny bit of flavoring There's not much in there. Potassium, I think, and magnesium, and that's it. But it's powder that you just, like I said, add to water. Or just Jason Keto and More shows more on his channel, where he's got a chocolate caramel kind of thing you can put in coffee, and that seems to be good as well. So forgive me, I didn't mean to get into story time today. I'm just thinking about it because I got this thing beside me here. Little Lego Yarn Dude, good to see you in the house. And the Debbie Way Gaming, good to have you here. And, yes, forgive me for anything I'm missing in the chat. We'll get moving here. So, Izzy Ska is up on the screen. They were live earlier. Like I said, I think they're live just about every day. 1,700 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther. My guess about them growing so fast is because they've stopped and restarted a couple of times, but they're so active. They're not only on, live streaming almost every day. They post frequently as well, almost every day, but they're out supporting other creators. They're here in the Tuber Chat live streams, almost every single one. Gabri, fantastic, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Marketplace Boutique is here. Pardon me, I'm going to put you onto the wheel. Henry Nelson is also in the house. Forgive me, I know I'm butchering my description of Izzy Ska's channel. They've always been known for these outstanding banners, avatars, and thumbnails on their channel, but I think the object of the channel has become to teach people how to use some of the online AI or art tools or software as a service, if we want to call it that. Lots of people are familiar with things like Canva or Pexels or a lot of the other programs that are out there, and Izzy Ska will give us a little bit of insight as to some of the graphic art or graphic design tools that are out there. That's just one of the things that they do. They bring a lot of animation and music into their videos. The live streams, the conversation can go anywhere, but they've always got a vibrant chat going on. And I've been lucky to catch them time and time again. They've actually got a new video here from a few days ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them as well. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So Gabri, fantastic. The wheel and the screen, of course, are open to everyone. And I will add as many names to the wheel and the screen today as I possibly can. We should be here for almost 3 hours. And then what happens is I have a robot in the background that keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. So the real key to it is having true conversation with other creators. It's not just about how long you're here. It's about how much you're conversating with everybody. After a while, I'll add a couple of different names to the wheel from our chat list. And like I said, we'll get to as many as we can before the 3 hours is up, let's say. Marketplace Boutique is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Softball Susie's crafting is going to get added to the wheel. I see Pretty Chocolate Girl here. I caught them for a live stream yesterday, and I think they might have been in the middle of a rant conversation or something, because they were describing themselves, and it was hilarious. I very much enjoy that stuff. I may not type very much about it when I'm on the Tuber Chat account, as anybody would imagine, but yeah, she was having a good conversation over there. Pretty Chocolate Girl's been a long time friend. Entertainment and More by DJ. Hopefully I said hello earlier. We're moving pretty quickly here. There's the Stock Explorer. They got a special video. I was laughing. They were laughing in the video. I was laughing watching it. They got a special video. They gave Tuber Chat a shout out. They shout out Tuber Chat all the time, for which I'm grateful. The Stock Explorer is a beloved and dedicated moderator. Six Bows' back is here. They've been a friend for probably 4 years. Makeup Mom and Son is a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. And we're expecting to see more of Makeup Mom and Son in the coming days, weeks, and months. But she's been a friend since the beginning of Tuber Chat as well. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So Marketplace Boutique is up on the screen right now. This is Jody, and if we read her About section, she's going to talk about the career change that she made a while back and got into e-commerce in around 1998. What she does is shows us the ins and outs of buying and selling, particularly on platforms like eBay. And she'll talk about the technical details, but the magic of this channel, what Jody's doing here more often than anything else, is showing us how to find the right things to buy and then sell. Like, for instance, she'll buy a collection of things and then split them up and sell them individually. And then Marketplace Boutique is starting to do a little bit more variety over the last long while. I've been able to catch them live as well as in their videos, and they're mixing up a little bit of variety on both of these, but the bulk of the channel is talking about eBay or e-commerce. And then when we look at shorts, we see pure variety on this channel, and I mentioned it before, I mention it all the time, but most creators here in the Superchat family are bringing pure variety into the shorts videos. She's done really well. 12,000, 14,000, 19,000. All of those have been put up since she's been a part of the Superchat family, which now I've lost track of how long it's been, beyond a year, I'm sure. I'm not sure if it's quite as long as 2 years, but it's a long time. Live streams over here. She's live frequently, sometimes on her own, sometimes collaborating with Backyard Trucker, another dear friend of ours. And like I said, Jody's going to help us to learn how to buy and sell online. She even takes us shopping to show us where she finds some of the things that she buys and then sells. Hopefully for a profit, and hopefully while giving everybody a good deal. But I can tell you as well, part of my full-time gig over the last many years has been doing a bit of eBay and Amazon work. I have listed probably 2,000 things, shipped probably 1,000 packages. And I can tell you that those activities are easy to do, but Marketplace Boutique brings us the magic, like I said, when it comes to the idea of buying and selling the right things. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Fairbrick Studio is about to be added to the wheel. Consume the Goodness was already put on there. I know I just missed another channel coming in, and pardon me, my oh my dear goodness, something is up with one of my windows here where I keep track of the chat, so pardon me while I sort of rant about that. Our treasured home is here. Good to see you in the house. And I think I missed another channel. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat as long as everybody's still active. We should get around to everyone. Hugo Homestead is a long time friend. They've been with us about 4 years or 3.5 years, close to it. When we get to Corinne's life, we see a dear friend, a beloved and dedicated moderator who happens to be one of our longest standing members as well. She's working on 2,800 subscribers now, which is great to see. We'd love to push her a little bit closer towards that milestone. She's somebody who constantly experiments with different ideas on her channel. It really does encompass everything that is Corinne's life. But when I say experimenting, I'm not just talking about the content. I'm talking about the ins and outs of the YouTube system, like experimenting with different ideas for thumbnails. She does live streaming. She does shorts. She does vertical lives, horizontal lives. She's indoors. She's outdoors. Her channel could be bringing us things like these here, health updates. She might be cooking, she might be cleaning, she might be working on her business, she might be taking us on a trip or an adventure outdoors. And Corinne's life, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. We look at shorts on this channel. Again, pure variety. This fellow Canadian brings us some of that famous Nova Scotia winter weather. She's got some shorts that have really done well. 18,000, 32,000, 77,000. I think she said today that this one one here doing the U-Haul driving with the 32,000 views is still getting views now, which is great to see. PK Adventures Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And when we look at live streams, this is an example of what I'm talking about. She was just live earlier. I caught her. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne's Life. We've always got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and hopefully everybody will be able to catch her for some of these live streams and other productions. Thank you again, Izzy Scott, by the way. I meant to thank you again for that gifted membership earlier. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure Lisa's Fun Finds is happy to have that membership. I got another couple of people to put on the wheel right now. Precious Gems is here, and the Bud files have come in. They're literally everywhere all the time. I'll get them onto the wheel, and then we'll spin, and we'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. We've got a bit of a moderator heavy influence on the wheel today. Makeup Mom and Son is another beloved and dedicated moderator here. She's been with us since pretty much the beginning of TuberChat, almost 4 years. You see this thumbnail right here, where she, as Unstable TV described it, got a little bit wild on her channel. She was mentioned actually in the interview that we dropped this past Saturday. It's the 3rd in a series where we spoke to creators who are part of the TuberChat family, who over the last few years have now long crossed 10,000 subscribers. So that was good to see. Walking with Goldie, good to see you here. Forgive me, I missed saying hello to you when you first came in. Precious Gems, I've got you on the wheel. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Margaret Seeger, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Never late. We're always here for about 3 hours anyway, but I always appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Our dear friend Jaden might be in the background today as well. I ran into him earlier when Makeup Mom and Son, Scratch and Pete PA, and I were all in Corinne's Life's live stream. So Makeup Mom and Son started literally with makeup and some unboxing videos, product reviews, really expanded the content on the channel. She's gotten into taste test reviews, a lot of interviews on the channel. She's introduced us to other creators, and of course as a moderator, every one of the moderators on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here in TuberChat. On top of that, like I said, Makeup Mom and Son will make a point to introduce us to other creators. I've been honored to have been interviewed on her channel. Of course, she's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She is now long over 2,000 subscribers, working on 2,100. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And when we dig through her content, you'll see a little bit more variety than what I've described already. She does really well with makeup when it comes to the idea of Halloween, these really elaborate looks. She does really well with series of videos. She does that over things like Vlogmas. Live streams are sporadic now, but they have been frequent. There's Corinne's Life with her right there. I've joined her on her channel many times. There's Unstable TV too. Lots of familiar faces. She's done tons of live streams and appeared on dozens, if not hundreds, of other channels as well. I've joined her in panels everywhere. So hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son. Like I said, a dear friend. I'm just going to show you her son's channel as well. Caden Plays It, because it is Makeup Mom and Son. Caden Plays It brings us a few more product reviews, as well as some video gameplay, and we're hoping for some more live streams. There's a few shorts on the channel as well. I'll show you those, but there's Kaden right there. And hopefully we can encourage this young creator by pushing them towards the first 100 subscribers. Here's the shorts that I'm talking about, more variety over here, and then a live stream bringing us Roblox. And like I said, hopefully everybody will connect with Kaden Plays It and Makeup Mom and Son. And then Shades of Grey, thank you for renewing that membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I've got you on the wheel right now. Let's spin and we'll see who's coming up next. And Walking with Goldie's still here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Mountain Grandma, thank you so much for the time that you spent. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream, so I do appreciate every moment. Coastal Water is a dear friend. She's been with us for almost 4 years as well. She's going to be coming up next. Right before I show her channel, we're going to go on a break for 3.5 minutes. I'll get Rushing Wind Mountain onto the wheel. And right before we go on our break, I'm just going to play for you a clip from the interview series that I was talking about. We've got 3 episodes up right now. The 4th one's been recorded. I still have to edit and get that up. And someday I'll tell the story of why it took so long to get the 3rd one up, what I learned, and how I can help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made taking so long to get that thing done using StreamYard, by the way. And when we look at these interviews, they're conversations that I had with each of these creators or a couple of creators, and the conversations go anywhere from an hour to almost 2 hours. All of them have been longtime friends of Superchat, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight. And the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
see in the chat there, I'm talking to Florida Claimers Ted. The Stock Explorer put out a video. I keep talking about it, but I was laughing at that. There was shout outs for at least Superchat and for Florida Claimers Ted in there. But Nora and Ted have done a lot of videos together, a lot of lottery ticket scratch battles and things like that, which I wouldn't have known was a thing before YouTube. And lottery ticket scratching is obviously a huge genre. So hopefully I am Betty J Gathers and everybody in Florida is doing what they need. The Stock Explorer, Florida Claimers 10, and a few others to stay safe. I know there's talk of rain today in a lot of different areas. I'm split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls, and we might get just a tiny little bit of it, but yeah, hopefully everybody's doing what they need. So Coastal Water's up on the screen right now. This is another longtime friend of probably 4 years or getting close to it. Her and her husband, Backlash Fisherman, are two of the first creators to come into the Superchat family after an influx of homesteading channels. The reason why I describe them when I talk about homesteading is just because they're incredibly supportive in those communities. But I group a lot of people together when I talk about homesteading because we find a similarity in the creators behind the channels, with generosity, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. Coastal Water and her husband will both, on separate channels, bring us a lot of cooking videos. There's a lot of family togetherness, which I'm always happy to see when we look at Coastal Water's channel. Once in a while she might do something like a product review or like an unboxing, or she might take us out on an adventure. Lots of cooking videos, of course, from her. Shorts on this channel bring a lot of variety as well. These have gotten into 3,400, one at 10,000, which is great to see. That's a recent one. And then live streams on her channel. So she does these car confessions, which are like ride-along live streams. And sometimes the family's with her. Sometimes she's on her own. Sometimes they're doing a StreamYard type panel idea like this. And then other random content, but she's also got a series called Cooking with Coastal. And this is really, really cool because she shares this kind of idea with her husband's channel. We'll look at that in a second. She's over 1,600 subscribers now. Backlash Fisherman is a first responder, so he's got a fishing channel, but he does a lot of the same content. When we dig through his live streams, he'll have a series, if we go far enough, ride-along live streams like we saw from his wife's channel. He's got Cooking with Backlash. It's nice to see a husband and wife sharing those responsibilities in the kitchen and things like that. We all know how much work it is to cook and things like that. A lot of fishing, outdoors, StreamYard panels. He's got a hobby hangout that sometimes comes up sporadically as well, and then a lot of fishing videos, as we'd expect from Backlash Fisherman, and some shorts. And these have done well, also getting into 38 and 6,200 views. The biggest complaint I've had on YouTube over the last 7 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online willing to do it? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members like this husband and wife combo that support each other wholeheartedly with different channels. The Stock Explorers coming up right now. I'm going to get Cruise Bolero onto the wheel. I have a feeling I'm missing a couple channels. I don't mean to. My Makeup Mom and Son is gifting a membership as well, so thank you for that extra generous support. I know Florida Claimers Ted will be happy to have that. If they're still in the chat, I will put them onto the wheel right away. The Stock Explorer is Nora, beloved and dedicated moderator here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, fishing is an interesting thing. I know a lot of people love it. My father, when I was young, would take me fishing and this and that. I know what it's like to catch a fish, clean a fish, cook a fish, and many times over I can bait a hook and this and that. but just barely, you know what I mean? Just the basics. I don't even own a fishing rod these days. But when I was younger, my sister was far more interested in doing a lot of the outdoor activities than I was. As soon as things like Nintendo and Sega came out, my eyes were glued to television screens. And thank you so much, Scratch and PPA. Yes, I'm falling way behind here. I don't know what on earth I'm doing. Dark Swordsman Gaming dropped a super chat, so thank you for that extra generous support. And right before that, Holly's Adventures gifted a membership as well. I should have put those channels up right away. So we're going to do that next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Luckily, Holly's Adventures and Dark Swordsman Gaming have been longtime friends. They're connected to each other, too. I catch them supporting each other. But thank you for that extra generous support, and luckily we're all friends here. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody, if not more. So I appreciate your patience with that. But we'll get those channels up right away. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens, when I don't make mistakes. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. After a little while, only another 20 minutes or so, I'll start adding names to the wheel from our chat list, by the way. And that's based on who's most actively engaged in conversation, always. So everybody has a chance for the wheel and the screen. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. So Nora is the creator behind this channel, and they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, working on 2,200 subscribers. Typically, they started the channel with the idea of talking to us about the stock market and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through shorts, videos, live streams, and then they also bring us anything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics. So this video, I'll put it in my catch-up list so I can rerun it, but I watched this. They were giving shout-outs here to Ted from Florida Claimers, Ted and myself. Don't watch videos when we're on screen, but it was pretty funny because they were getting this guy to say some silly things, having no idea what on earth they were saying. It was funny. I bring it every day, Kelly. Pardon me. I bring it every day, Kelly. Good to see you. They were live earlier this morning as well. I've caught her a million times live streaming, both indoors and outdoors. Today was just a conversation, but always a good time. You know, there are a lot of dynamic creators. I use the term a lot of the time. And Kelly is somebody who really does a great job. First of all, with storytelling. Secondly, with shout-outs for other channels and keeping up with the chat. Right? It's something we have to learn. When we start our YouTube journey, if we're going to think about live streaming, in most cases, you're going to start with live streams and only have a few people in there. We always wish for more, but the truth is it makes it manageable. As time goes on, it might build up. Eventually, you get to a level like the Stock Explorer, Scratch and PPA, and what you typically see here in Superchat, where it's like all but impossible to keep up with the chat. But as you continue on, you learn and grow, and Kelly's always done a great job of that. William Birding the Tires, good to see you here. Facing Realities, another friend of about 4 years as well. Good to see you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anyone. When we talk about the Stock Explorer, like I said, they've got stocks and crypto that they talk about more than anything else. There's a bit of lottery ticket scratching in their videos and a lot in their live streams. A little bit of variety here. Some drone footage, some stories to be told. Often product in hand, though, as well, which I think is really cool. And then shorts on the channel. They've done really well here. 2,700, 3,900, one over 10,000. That still trickles in a few views. We've watched that one grow. Live streams are frequent, so Nora doesn't have a schedule, but she's on usually 3 times a week, I would say, sometimes even more often. A lot of lottery ticket scratch battles, but she still gets back to talking about stocks and crypto a lot of the time. And then there's a lot of friendly conversation in StreamYard panels over here. I actually joined Nora last year for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube, so lots to see on the channel. She's got a second channel called Tropical Buzz that brings us plant life, but she'll be working on new content for that channel eventually, and then let us know when we've got more to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora. And then let's get to Dark Swordsman Gaming. pardon me for 1 second. Yeah, so Gabri Fantastic. It's going to be a long time before I start getting more names onto the wheel, but it might be another hour and a half from now or so, but eventually we'll get to more. If you have the time to spend, then we'll be looking forward to hopefully seeing your channel. It's always based on who's most actively engaged in conversation here, though. It's the fairest way we can do it. So those who are here not just the longest, but truly engaging in conversation and taking part in the community are the first ones to get onto the wheel and the screen. It might be a long time. So Dark Swordsman Gaming is up on the screen right now. We'll talk about their content in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, we see a lot of video gameplay, and they really mix up the gameplay by different titles here. You can tell by the frames around their videos lately on the thumbnails that they've been mixing up different types of games. So Tomb Raider, Sea of Stars is something I haven't seen except for on their channel before, but they've introduced me to others as well. I always talk about Stardew Valley when I see this channel, because I think that's where I first took interest in that game and found out that it's an incredibly successful independent game. So they bring a lot of videos, and they do these frequently. As we can see, they've been punching these out every day almost, and then live streams as well are frequent, so they're on usually at least a few times a week, if not every day, and they mix up the gameplay over here as well. So lots of popular titles and lots of interesting content when we get there. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that not quite in my downloads there, but I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then let's spin. Oh, pardon me, we're not spinning the wheel yet. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. I should have put a Polly's Adventures right before that, but it's okay. We'll look at that channel right now. These two creators are connected. I know they know each other. I have caught them supporting each other, and they both bring video gameplay, as a matter of fact. So Holly's Adventures gifted a membership, and I really appreciate that extra generous support. So let's have a look at what they've got going on their channel. And I know I've said it a few times, but we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen. As soon as that happens, then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Caliking 916, good to have you here. And then Gabri Fantastic, you're gonna have to message me on Instagram or somewhere else if you want. We'll talk about you coming back in, okay? And then let me see if I can handle this properly. There we go. Holly's Adventures has got 627 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 700 we know that they're thinking about. Popular games here, Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda. Even if people haven't played these games, they probably recognize the titles. Dark Souls a little bit. Not quite as popular as the other two, but they've got, it's all AAA games here. It's all very popular stuff. So I'm going to grab the latest Zelda. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I haven't played any of these Zelda games. I was not a fan of 3D when it first came out in like PlayStation 2 and even PlayStation 1, for instance, and things like that. So I got to get into some more 3D games. Only Grand Theft Auto is the one that I play. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 4,000 and 4,600 views, which is great to see. And then live streams, of course, more popular titles. Recognize Diablo, anything Super Mario, of course, is popular. So hopefully everybody will connect with Holly's Adventures, and we'll see that she's got, like I said, variety in the shorts, like that I talk about with most creators. And once in a while, she'll bring variety into her videos. She took a cruise once. I think it was about a year and a half ago. I forget how long ago it was now. But she brought us that content on the channel as well. So Holly's Adventures, as the name of a channel, gives us the opportunity to pardon me, have that as I can't think while I'm doing something else here for whatever reason. Holly's Adventures, as the name of a channel, gives her the opportunity to be able to bring any kind of variety into the channel, regardless of the typical niche or category. Yeah, they've got a something interesting going on there, because I can't seem to do what I was expecting to do from usually I do that in the background, but not this time, I guess. Pardon me. And then yes, you did spam very much, so you can reach out to me on Instagram or somewhere else if you'd like, and talk about coming back in if I can get this thing to work properly. And then pardon me, Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you for the super chat. Holly's Adventures, thank you for the gifted membership. It's got to be entertaining to listen to me try to think and talk at the same time while I've got something else going on in the background, trying to accomplish something that doesn't want to work the way I want it to work, while I'm trying to keep my mind on the channels on the screen and everything else. I'm sure my descriptions sometimes get pretty entertaining. And pardon me, the Stock Explorer dropped a super chat so that we would look at Florida Claimers Ted. We're going to do that in a second. Herman the Great is dropping a gifted membership right now. Now it's dark. We'll be happy to have picked that up. That's a YouTuber with a few channels that's doing extremely well. And thank you, William Birding the Tires. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. So let me get a little bit of an order together here. Pardon me, Handicapped Traveler will be coming up in a moment. Florida Claimers Ted is coming up right now, and then Herman the Great will follow because of that gifted membership, and then hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. Six Bows is back, yes, making me laugh. Let's get Florida Claimers Ted ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then yes, the Debbie Way Gaming, thank you for that like, by the way. When we look at Florida Claimers Ted, thank you, by the way, the Stock Explorer, for dropping those Doge to the Moon icons there as well. It's not at the moon right now, not today, but hopefully someday, right? Florida Claimers Ted, they dropped a super chat, so we'd have a look at this channel. These are great friends. Florida Claimers Ted's been a member of the Superchat family for a long, long time. And they bring us 1,700 subscribers worth of lottery ticket scratching as well. So I'm going to have a look at their latest video, a little bit behind here. I'll put one of their videos in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to get or keep caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel feature more lottery ticket scratching, getting into 4,800 views, one over 26,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So sometimes they do StreamYard panels where it's just conversation, and sometimes he marks them 18 plus, by the way. But then otherwise, other times or otherwise, he will be lottery ticket scratching with other creators like Nora the Stock Explorer and a few other friends of theirs, where they do lottery ticket scratching battles. Brampton Gardner, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. She's a longtime friend as well. She's been with us for at least 3 years. And somebody that I met up with a couple of months ago with Just Jason Keto and more, and Rambling with the Brooms when we went for dinner in Toronto. It's good to see you here. And then Cali King 916, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Roadhog, good to have you here. And when we look at what's coming up next, thank you again, the Stock Explorer, by the way, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. I know Florida Claimers Ted will be happy to have had that happen as well. Handicapped Travelers coming up right now, because I did spin the wheel, and then we're going to look at Herman the Great, who also gifted a membership just a moment ago. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens, but we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And I will add another name to the wheel in a few minutes, actually. So we're getting ready for Handicapped Traveler right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Handicap Travelers up here right now. They do live streams occasionally. I think it's about once a month. I'm just going to go over there and look at those first. So they did one 8 days ago, so I missed that last week. That's unfortunate. I know they only do these once in a while. Maybe they'll do them more frequently. I'll be able to catch them. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel, and then it just depends on, first of all, how many channels we're following, and then you know, if we can be on at the time people are going live or dropping premieres and things like that. Handicap Travelers working on 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They got some shorts here with variety, bringing us 1,300, 1,400, and 2,500 views. When we look at their About page, they give us more information about what to expect from the channel. In between the travel videos, we'll get some gardening, cooking, and then some crafting as well. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. It looks like a Happy Mail video here, and Happy Mail is always when different creators are sending in real life objects to each other, which is really cool. We see a lot of that. It's opportunity for shout out and things like that as well. And then Handicap Traveler, like I said, is working on 1,300, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And you can see they got a mix of indoor and outdoor content here while they take us about their travels. So what we're going to do right now, we've got to look at Herman the Great. They gifted a membership, so we'll do that as soon as we get back from a quick break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. All right, we're just about back, and we're looking at handicap. Oh, pardon me, I wasn't ready. I thought we were ready, but we're looking at Herman the Great. Handicap Traveler was the last channel that we looked at, but Herman the Great gifted a membership, so we're putting that channel up right away. We always look at membership gifters and super chatters right away. I did add a name to the wheel, so Indiana Backyard Gardener, who I think I caught for a live stream the other day, is now on the wheel as well, and after a little while I'll add another name and we'll keep that going. We'll get to as many names as we can and channels on the screen in the next 2 hours as possible, if that makes sense. Herman the Great is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who just reset and restarted their channel. And this is a longtime friend, though, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm just going to take his latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. He's already at 79 subscribers. We'd love to push him towards the first 100. He's done that before. He's got a couple of shorts here that have just started, and then we're looking at live streams as well. So he's been doing quite a few live streams, and that will likely continue. So hopefully everybody will connect with Herman the Great, and thank you for that gifted membership, by the way. I always appreciate that extra generous support, of course. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel up onto the screen. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So Jerry's got to be happy today, not having to wait the whole 3 hours. He's been here time and time again for hours at a time, and we never know whether the wheel's going to pick somebody early or late. It's half of the frustration, if not fun. When we look at Butler Family Farm, we see 6,800 subscribers, which is great. The channel's growing quickly. And then monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The latest video, I'm just going to grab and put this into my catch-up list. That is a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Butler Family Farm is a combination of Jerry and Susan, who've been married for 40 years. They just celebrated an anniversary the other day. They bring us 116 acres of farming and homesteading goodness. They bring us indoors a little bit, outdoors a lot of it. And then once in a while, Jerry will take us into the shop and show us what he's working on. They got lots and lots of livestock that they share with us. Bees are on the farm for the second year in a row. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as cats and dogs. And then these creators are well known for meeting up with a lot of other YouTubers, both in real life and in StreamYard panels and their live streams. We'll look at those in a moment. Variety in the shorts, but only in a way that's in line with the rest of their content. These creators have posted quite a bit. They've gotten into 12,000 on a couple of these now, and one over 32,000. It's still growing. They're into a lot of live streams. They do these every week as a minimum on Monday. They'll actually be on about an hour after we finish Tuber Chat today. And then sometimes they do a live stream like this where we get a chance to meet Jerry and Susan and talk to them about what's going on with the channel. Sometimes they do StreamYard panels like this here. Lots of familiar faces. There's Gail Southern Living or Broken Hearts Ministry right there. And sometimes they head out to very large meetups with up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters in the Ozark meetups and Mid-America meetup and things like that. So you'll meet lots more friends when you get to Butler Family Farm, and like I said, they're monetized, so lots of ways to support them when we get there. And obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Butler Family Farm is here with us just about every day. I know not everybody can be, certainly not 3 times a week, and certainly not for hours at a time, so I do appreciate every moment. Thank you, Bakewell Adventures. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones, as well as I have a pretty hectic work schedule. It's not as hectic as it is just long days sometimes. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I'm almost always away from the computer. So I think I'm going to try something, and I don't usually like to say, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, because it sounds ridiculous when you can't follow through and then have to change your mind constantly. We all do it from time to time, but the expectation right now, because I know my schedule is not going to change for the rest of the summer, is I'm expecting to try to do streams Friday and Monday every week now. We'll just forget about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a while, unless I have a rain day and can do a extra special pop-up or something like that. It's really difficult for me to plan those, and when we do, they're very late, and it's really inconvenient for a lot of people. So as well as Friday and Monday, we'll try to fit in one of the 2 days, Saturday or Sunday. This week I'm going to aim for Sunday because we dropped our premiere last Saturday. So we'll try to alternate those, and we'll still move the times around so we can give different people a chance to come in. One of the things we got to think about all the time is all of our channels have viewers from around the world, not just our friends that are there all the time, friends from the Superchat family and, your top 10, top 20, top 50 supporters, things like that, but people all over the place. So videos and, everything else once it's published gives everybody a chance to catch it. And for most people, the biggest YouTubers who talk about the things we talk about here will say that a schedule like what Scratch and PPA does is ideal. He has posted every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for 3.5 years. And he has had perfect consistency. Now, when you get to one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. It might be the fastest, but it's pretty close to it. Very fast paced, very high energy. Of course, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members there, but it is wild, to be honest with you. And that's the product of being perfectly consistent, along with the idea that Scratch and PPA, of course, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in 7 years, and most people would say he's one of their most supportive creators as well. He literally seems to be everywhere all the time. Here in the Tuberchat channel, we move our streams around because this is what some people might call a utilitarian channel, which means that we are here for utility. Like, people want to come, meet other people, grow their channels, but it's not the same kind of content that draws in typical viewers. Tuberchat has 0 viewers and all supporters, right? If that makes sense, all channel owners, 100%. So it's a little bit different here. But on every other channel that I run, when I have videos that I can post consistently, because I always seem to be behind, I post with consistency. So when in doubt, one of the biggest questions that ever comes up on YouTube is, when should I post my videos? And what I recommend to everybody is, when in doubt, I would post at 9 a.m. in the time zone where you have the most viewers. So if it happens to be North America, US is going to be a big country for a lot of people. 9 a.m. Eastern is a great time to post on Saturday, in my opinion, because the weekend has more general traffic than the weekdays. And then 9 a.m. gives you the opportunity to catch the traffic all the way through the day as it grows. But that's if I'm dropping a video. I follow my own advice, and that's what I do. If it's a premiere, I will drop it usually around noon Eastern, so that it gives everybody in California time to be up and get their day started, and gives you the best chance for a decent sized audience when it starts. And then you can still catch the traffic through the rest of the day and into Sunday and this and that. And then when it comes to other days of the week, I pick Saturday number 1, Sunday number 2, Friday number 3, Monday number 4, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But in the case of somebody like Scratch and PPA, like I said, he picked Tuesday. And if I remember what he told me, I think it was actually just random. I think he just picked that day and time, and just like that was it. And he basically seems to own that time slot across the whole Tuberchat family, because we see, it's not unusual to find 50 people watching over there at a time. And we know that as people come in and out of the chat, the numbers kind of move around, so I'm sure it's much more. Pardon me. So, Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Another longtime dear friend. Scratch and PPA brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos. So he puts his own personal interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching and pits 2 lottery tickets against each other every week and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. As well, presentation has always been on the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in the thumbnails that we would expect. His banner's updated every week, if you can imagine that. And then his video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production 3.5 years ago. And then Scratch Master, good to see you in the house. Yes, Bella's Whisper Farmstead. How can anybody ever overtake Pete as, probably if not one of the most supportive creators in, at least the Tuber Chat family, but maybe all of YouTube. I try to dance around a couple of different things, because I know that exclusion is a bad idea on YouTube, so sometimes I am careful about the things that I say. That's why I say Scratch and PPA is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. But the whole reason why I say my 7 years is so that everybody understands, like, he's been incredibly supportive. And it's not in comparison, just meaning relative to everything that I've seen in 7 years, which is longer than Tuber Chats existed. So anyway, I think we all understand how supportive he is. His thumbnails, by the way, give us a hint about giveaways that happen in his video series. And then he expanded the content on his channel this year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which are pretty unique. He showed us around all the different areas he visited, and he's got some Italian lottery tickets there as well. Live streams have started on this channel. He brought us his very first one during that trip to Italy, and we're all hoping for more, but I know a lot of people will be excited to know that he's expanded the content on the channel. Life with Lucha and Glynn, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Gia Chia Tortillas in the house. And Scratch Master, I think I said hello. I know you've been here a few minutes already. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. Of course, he's monetized lots of ways to support him, including Super Chat, Super Thanks, Super Stickers. When we get there, he's working on 2,200 subscribers, and now Consume the Goodness is going to come up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Consume the Goodness is up on the screen. This is Kendra, and she gives us a few different ideas about what to expect through her description on her banner: certified lifestyle and weight management coach, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. She shares that not even on just her own channel, but other channels as well. She recently did an interview with Just Jason Keto and More on his channel, and it's great to see the generosity of both of these creators wanting to inspire and motivate others. But Consume the Goodness does that on her own channel as well. Let's have a look at her videos. I see I missed the last two. I'm just going to put the latest one from a few days ago into my catch-up list there. She's got shorts that have gotten into 12,000, 18,000, one over 47,000 views. And I know Kelly from I Bring It Every Day will like this thumbnail because she says she's eating pizza right now. So there you go. Yes, I got to find a low-carb pizza. You know what I haven't done yet is tried cooking zucchini noodles. But I see that all the time. I like zucchini. I always make, I don't cook often, but when I do, if I make, let's say, roasted vegetables or something, zucchini, something, especially over the last little while I've been adding. My parents had a garden when I was a kid. I haven't grown anything myself since then, but when we were kids, me and my sister had to keep the dog out of the garden, but my parents were growing cucumbers, zucchini. My dad tells me there was corn. I don't remember it, but there was tomatoes and probably peppers and I don't know what else. But those zucchini noodles, the reason why I mention it now is because it's an alternative to things like spaghetti or other pasta, right? When we think about pizza, it's possible to make these things with cauliflower. I did have cauliflower crust pizza one time, and I couldn't tell the difference between that and regular pizza, and I promise you I've eaten an abundant amount of pizza in my life, if you can't already tell. Consume the Goodness is going to help us with that and much more, obviously with live streams as well. So she's got these up to about a month ago. We've got our notification bell on. Hopefully we'll catch her for the next one. And then we'd love to push her towards the 1,300 subscribers that we know she's thinking about. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and she's here with us frequently as well. Oliver Lifestyle Jamaica, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, that's really cool, Florida Claimers Ted. Florida, there you go, yes. Just Jason Keto and more says, eat the pizza, toss the crust. Absolutely. Florida Claimers Ted says he's got a birthday. Forgive me if I missed your birthday. I can't remember if I caught you or not. I think I would have remembered. Maybe I missed that. Was it a few days ago? 7/18. 24. Oh, July 18th. It was a couple weeks ago. So happy belated birthday if I didn't wish you a happy birthday already. And forgive me for not remembering. But Florida Claimers Ted has one thing in common with me more than anything else. We were both DJs in a previous life. And we learned that about each other. So when it comes to the idea of music, yeah, it absolutely would be cool to have people playing music for you for your birthday. So I will check that out. Softball Susie's crafting is up on the screen right now. We'll see what they've got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at Softball Susie's crafting, so this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us, I can't remember how many times, several times I think. I'm just going to grab her latest video. Now this one here, these are quite short. So here in the Tuber Chat family, when we're connecting with each other, we're always looking for videos that are at least 3 minutes long. Very important that the video's 3 minutes, very important that we watch from beginning to end. The other instructions are in our video description. We want to leave a nice comment and a thumbs up. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences. But when we find a channel that doesn't have videos over 3 minutes, my recommendation is to use one to connect with and then put another couple into a playlist or just watch them right away. It's the same 3 or 4 minutes to go through all 3 of these videos. Now another exception is when creators have live streams. So as we see, Softball Susie's Crafting has lots of content, well over 3 minutes. Live streams of all sizes, actually a 4-minute one, a hour and a half one, lots of them here. Another pizza one, it looks like almost. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Softball Susie's Crafting. Looks like I've caught them already at least a couple of times in live stream. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one. She just did one a week and a half ago. Probably another one's coming up. And we've always got notification bells on. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then we get into shorts on this channel. And these have now gotten into hundreds of views. One of them over 1,800, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will connect with Softball Susie's Crafting. And like most creators, we see a bit of variety coming into the shorts videos as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Just Jason Keto and more, I mentioned it a minute ago because Consume the Goodness did an interview just a few weeks ago on this channel. Jason has a lot of guests. I've met up with this creator in real life. We're both fellow Canadians, not too far from Toronto. And we went, Brampton Gardner was in the chat earlier. We all went to dinner with Rambling with the Brooms and another friend of his a couple of months ago. It was really cool. But I've met up with Jason a couple of times now. And he has a lot of guests on his channel that want to inspire and motivate others. There's the video with Kendra. When we look at his channel, aside from the conversations, we're going to find the most prominent thing here is recipes. And he mentioned the other day the idea of getting into a lot more variety in the recipes. He's done a ton of chaffles. He's got a lot more recipes on the channel. But what I like about what he's doing, he first of all motivating and inspiring us for a healthy or healthier lifestyle and way of living and eating, but particularly based on a keto-based diet or lifestyle, if that makes sense. So he's got a lot of easy recipes to follow that only require a few ingredients that are very quick to make as well. So like the 3 magical ingredients for me when it comes to a recipe, let's just say. But there are tons of chaffle recipes here. He talked about the idea of maybe doing a chaffle book. It was funny because he mentioned it the other day, and I didn't say it in the chat, I don't think, but I forget if he said he's got 80 or 90, I think it was, but I think there's much more here. He's got 639 videos. I'm not sure how many of them are chaffle recipes, but I would do 101. That was a big thing for a long time. I don't know if that's still a big thing when they publish books and things like that, but it could be an idea. I think absolutely, because you could break it up into categories and stuff. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it is an idea, to think about things like that. When we think about merchandise, Just Jason Keto and More is doing some of this. We think about the idea of doing things to promote our channel. But we can also think about things that will benefit people regardless of our channel, right? It's nice to plug your channel on something like a book and things like that. But you might find success selling something like a book, whether it's on Kindle or you actually publish it or anything else, outside of the YouTube family or YouTube journey and things like that, if that makes sense. So I think it's a great idea. Over 70. Okay, forgive me, Just Chasing Keto and More. I don't know what I was thinking the other day. But still, not too far off. Any number is okay. You certainly have enough to make a book. And when you start adding some nice pictures to some of it, you can make that book even thicker, I think. M&T Live In It is in the house. They do a lot of cooking videos as well. And then Just Jason Keto and More. So pardon me, I'm talking about chaffles, talking about recipes. He also does a lot of product reviews on the channel. He can help us make sense of some of the ingredients we're going to find, especially when companies are marketing things towards us. I was looking, I happened to be in Walmart the other day, but I went through the chocolate aisle just to look, because I mentioned it the other day. I wanted to see the difference in the calories, let's just say. I know there's bigger differences than just calorie counting, but there doesn't seem to be much difference from the almost keto marketed or no sugar or zero sugar marketed peanut butter chocolate cups than the Reese stuff. They're almost the same when it comes to calories. So I'm like, I really don't know what the point is there. I know when I mentioned this the other day, a few people said just make your own. I think Canadian Family Life mentioned it. Just Jason Keto and More might have done it. I saw a video where he was taking those chocolate brick or chocolate peanut butter brick? I forget now, because one of the first videos that I saw from his channel, or among the first, and what he did was he took this. It's meant to be a snack, but it's a very abundant snack, and then he melted it down, put it into a probably a silicone tray, and then turned it into something you can use a little bit easier, bite-size ideas, if that makes sense. You could search for that on his channel, but he's got tons of that stuff. Just Jason Keto and More is working on 3,000 subscribers now. He's officially on the road. We say you're on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. And since he got to 2,900, that means he's officially on the road to 3,000. That'll be a really exciting milestone for him. And then his channel is growing rapidly, and I bet that the biggest reason, there's a few reasons why I would guess. So he's posting all the different types of content. He's doing live streams consistently. He's posting videos a couple times a week, if I'm not mistaken. He's doing shorts as well. But this creator's out supporting others, and he, through his consistency and generosity, has been able to motivate and inspire truly. So I think people enjoy hanging out in the live streams and premieres when he drops those, let's just say. But he's experimenting with different things on the channel. He's having a lot of fun with branding and merchandise and marketing. He's given me a couple of his stickers. He's playing around with some of the AI tools to make these chaffle type characters and things. So we can see it's nice to take your channel professionally, if that makes sense, the way I'm saying it. But it's nice to be able to have fun, you know, and be enthusiastic about it as well. Cruise Nuts, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And then Just Jason Keto and More shorts have gotten into 5,000, 6,000 views. This one I've seen over 22,000 views, which is really, really cool. Live streams as well. Like I said, every week he's also got a cook-along series. Those will come up occasionally, possibly once a month or so. Sometimes it's Jason just keeping up with the chat and giving us a chance to catch up with him and talking keto and other ideas, a lot of YouTube talk. This creator also has a lot of guests that join him on his channel as well. Here's the cook-along series. Sometimes he has guests on the live streams as well. And you'll have to dig through the channel to get to these, but these are other creators, both in videos and live streams, that want to share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle, to help motivate and inspire us. And he's got a vibrant community as well. So when we catch him for a live stream or a premiere, lots of people are there to add input when we come in with questions and comments. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. Like I said, he'll be on Thursday night as a minimum. I've got his latest video into my catch-up list. Meatloaf Waffle will be interesting. You know, I always thought Meatloaf, when the band from the 70s or 60s or whatever it was, they took the name Meatloaf. I thought that was funny because it's such an odd name, you know, for anything, as a lot of rock bands like to do. But I happen to love meatloaf. I'll eat it in restaurants when I go, especially like Irish pubs and stuff like that. If I happen to go to a place like that and they've got it, I love the idea of homemade food in a restaurant where, let's say it's independent. I always prefer independent restaurants because I feel like they have to live on the reputation of their food even more so than their service, right? So it's rare to get a bad experience when you go to a independent that's been there for any amount of time. But anyway, Just Jason Keto and More, that'll be an interesting one to see. So a meatloaf waffle, yeah, that'll be interesting. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. Right now, what we'll do is we'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview series that's just come out with its 3rd episode this past Saturday. What we're doing is having conversations with creators for at least an hour, closer to 2 hours in some cases, where they have all been longtime friends of the Superchat family, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as, when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap that it is.
There you go.
You know, and you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So even though, but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned onto this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep.
Definitely. Improving
over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back. Precious Gems is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who brings us animation and music more than anything else. They post almost every day. I'm going to grab their latest video, put that into my catch-up list, or one of the latest. This one's just a minute longer than the other, but every minute matters, right? Thank you. Yes, Creative Beauty Butterfly. All the music that you hear in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music that everybody can use in their videos and live streams, but it's also available on all major music platforms. So Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Music, and everything else. Plus, we have a YouTube channel for that. And it's included in a lot of systems. So when you're making your YouTube shorts, when you're making Instagram reels, when you're making TikTok videos, that music is available. You have to search for it. It's not very popular, but in case there are songs that you do enjoy. But I appreciate everybody using it. Nettie and JT, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And thank you for that, Creative Beauty Butterfly. I follow her on Instagram as well. And then when we look at Precious Gems, like I said, we see animation and music here. We've got shorts on this channel that have gotten into 10,000 and 14,000 views with more variety. So hopefully everybody will connect with Precious Gems. They're here with us frequently in Superchat. They're another longtime friend, but they obviously are another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you. For as long as I can remember, Scratch and Pete PA has been using the Thrive Together music in his Instagram stories when voting for voting, right? If I'm not mistaken. Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up as well. I always have the volume off on Instagram, so Pete had to tell me he was using the music because I don't scroll with music on. I rarely have the volume on Instagram. TikTok I'm not on as much as everybody might expect. I don't know if anybody thinks about that, but like, you know, the different social networks that you might use. Snapchat I had but never used. I like to know what they are and be aware. But Instagram became the thing very quickly, right? When Snapchat was getting big, Instagram just kind of took over, and that's likely due to Facebook buying it. But TikTok obviously is just doing spectacularly well right now and has for a long time. And music based, right? It actually used to be called Musical.ly. And when I have when I have gone on these breaks, sometimes I remove names from the wheel. I haven't really done it yet. I've taken only a couple off. I'll probably do that again soon so we can speed things up. But for our members that are in the chat or moderators, just please be active if you haven't been seen yet. And then I'll make sure your name is still on the wheel. Troy Sutton, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then Instagram just seems to be... I was bigger, with the idea of Facebook keeping communication with people for a long time. But eventually, like, Instagram just got so popular and so well used for messaging. I didn't like it when I first saw it. It's so different from every other social network that first came out, long before Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok. But once I got the hang of, conversating on Instagram regularly, now it's where I am all day, right? So not necessarily on it, but I check it like the 10 times a day that anybody would expect, just to see if there's messages there, or sometimes, people are using it to try to get a hold of me. Facebook, I'm on some of the time. I check a couple times a day, and then TikTok once in a blue moon, and Twitter occasionally. Twitter seems to be now where I go when I want to know if something's true. So you might hear a story. Somebody might send you something. Like I don't follow a lot of news and things like that, but I promise you, both my right and left-wing extremists will send me a lot of different memes and arguments and things like that about everything. So you have to read between the lines when you see this stuff, but I often will, when the thing happened with Trump a few weeks ago, I had to go to Twitter and, search for Trump and see if that was true. When Kamala Harris made the announcement, I had to see if that was true. when I found out that the Bitcoin conference was happening last week. I had to go to Twitter to check the date. So I think that's what people are using it for. Everybody can fight all they want about threads and Twitter and right-wing and left-wing extremists and things like that. But the fact is, when we want to know if something is really happening or if it's not really a news article, then we don't... it seems that we go to Twitter for that. I think a lot of people are doing that, but I could be mistaken. I put a poll in the chat. We'll talk about that for a quick second. And then, Creative Beauty Butterfly. There are other systems out there as well. So Facebook owning Instagram really helps because you can use all of that stuff within the Facebook system and customize cross-posting. But there are other systems, like I've used Hootsuite for probably the first half of my social media career, if you want to call it that. And then recently leaned towards Buffer more. And there's big reason for that. If I ever get a chance to make videos, I'll talk about why. But these things will let you schedule a lot of stuff, right? So that's really helpful. TikTok lets you schedule stuff on its own. You have to really get in there and like catch it. But you can. And then the part of me poll I wanted to mention here was Jason asked a question in the chat if anybody's using the thumbnail test and compare feature. So I'm using it now on every channel where it's appropriate as a test. So in some channels, and forgive me, rushing when mounted, I'm just going to show everybody something for a second here. One of the channels that I run for another creator, and this is somewhat how my YouTube journey started, was running this channel. I still run this today. But when this creator's not often in the Superchat family, just once in a while. But this channel, you see how the thumbnails here are all of a certain style, very heavy with text, with a picture. So for these, I may not use the test and compare tool for every thumbnail, because it's always a picture of the creator with whatever they're doing, unless we can't get the creator into the frame while, like, let's say he's fixing a tire and it's almost impossible to film him with the tire. We'll just show the tire. But otherwise, on my own channel, on that creator's other channels, and if there's, you know, any other channels that I was to touch, I would be using that in every case. 3 versions of thumbnail, and what I would recommend is trying things that are completely different, because that will give you an idea as to where your audience might lean if you're interested in that. Otherwise, there's lots of creators here that just make a different thumbnail for every single video, and that makes sense too. But I love the idea of experimenting, and that is a tool we were waiting for a long time. TubeBuddy let you do a version of that for a while, but you have to pay for it and this and that. But YouTube, it's wonderful that when they did this, they didn't add 2 thumbnails, they added 3. They've also let us know, by the way, for those of us wondering and wishing we could change our thumbnails on our shorts, not this year. So we'll have to keep our eye out and see if we're going to be able to do that next year. They're working on stuff, they say, but we'll see. She Stole My Thunder. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we'll put that fellow Canadians channel up in another moment. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. We'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I miss a lot of conversation, so if anybody needs me to say anything, just mention it again. Yeah, Shades of Grey. When social media started, I was lucky enough to have been there for the beginnings of MySpace and Friendster and Facebook and all that stuff. But what I said, because I was already developing websites, that's like I was mesmerized by the internet and the World Wide Web, right? So I used to do websites for companies and things like that. And what I kept saying when Facebook came out after MySpace and everything, I go, it's just more work to do. I go, first we got to update our website, because websites were bigger back then. I don't know how many people are really looking at them. You still have to have one if you have a company, but I don't know how relevant they are in some cases, right? So you have to have a website. You have to keep it updated. You have to check your email every day, multiple times a day usually. You have to check your MySpace, you have to check your Facebook, you have to check your Instagram. Now you have to check your Telegram, you have to check your Roundtable, you have to check your Foursquare, you have to, like, you know what I mean? It's got just out of control. And, you know, all we can do is just choose. How much time do we have to dedicate to one social network or another? So, Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. This is Ruby. This is somebody who brings us almost ASMR type content a lot of the time. They've now gotten 4,000 subscribers, which is great, growing rapidly. They're incredibly supportive. They also seem to be everywhere all the time. Rushing Wind Mountain brings us pleasing visuals, pleasing audio when they show us nature. They also have a lot of wildlife on the channel as well, and you get that from the thumbnails that we see here. Shorts have done well, getting into 11,000, 12,000, and even 16,000 views, and then live streams on the channel are something they've been experimenting with, and they've done a few landscape and portrait types of live streams to try to build up the audience a little bit. We see they've done well with a couple of these as well, so hopefully we'll catch them the next time they're going to do a live stream. It's been a week already, but Ruby's done these frequently and many times before, and then we've always got our notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And so when we think about that thumbnail feature, we see that it's got a long way to go. Only a quarter of us have tried so far. The Stock Explorer mentioned the idea of me doing a walk. I've been meaning to do it. I don't know what my problem is. You know what I did? I bought a GoPro months ago. Never opened it. The Hero 12, right? I haven't had a new one since the 5, but I got a 12. And the idea was because now you can go live on GoPro and it works. Because I tried it with a 7, 8, and I think a 9, and I couldn't get any of them to work properly. But now with the 11 and 12, apparently they work. So I got this GoPro 12, and I had it sitting there for all this time, and I said, okay, I'll do an unboxing video. Then I said last week, if I don't do the unboxing video by Friday, I'm not doing it. Just open the thing and get it out so I can start filming. And now I've opened it, but still haven't gone and filmed. And I've meant to. The only excuse I used this weekend was it's a long weekend in Canada. So yesterday, even today and Saturday would have been unbelievably packed because it's been a hot summer as well, and I think the weather was meant to be good until today, so I'm sure it would have been just explosive down there, and I wouldn't have wanted to park in it or walk through it or anything like that. But what Stock Explorer might be talking about, I live in Niagara Falls, even though I still work in and around Toronto and I spend a lot of my time there. But Niagara Falls is a beautiful city to see, to live in, to visit, and things like that. Leonard Mountain Homestead, thank you, by the way. The Numismaniacs Maniacs in the house. I've got them on the wheel together. We Travel is in the house as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I've been talking quite a bit again. Yeah, She Stole My Thunder is on the screen. Gia Chia Tortilla is making me laugh because it has been hot this summer. So I'm trying not to whine and complain about it too much, because I promise you I whine and complain as much as anybody does, probably more when it comes to the heat. But a few summers ago, I don't remember if it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Scratch and PPA might remember, but there was one summer where it was as hot as this with no rain, no relief, sweating all day and night, sleeping in sweat all summer, even with the air conditioning on, right into like mid-September. I was miserable and whining about it all the time. So I try to remember that so that I know that this year is not quite as bad. And then Wheats Art, is your birthday yesterday? Happy day after your birthday, Wheats Art. And then It's the Bankroll's in the house. Good to see you in the house. And Wheats Art makes me laugh every day. Okay, She Stole My Thunder is up on the screen right now. She's a long time friend. She's been with us about 4 years now, too. She's from Montreal, so another fellow Canadian. She says that she reviews books, art, and movies on the channel, but she actually does much more. Lately, there's a lot of stories to be told, and she does a great job with narrating when she does this during live streams. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she does that, though. So it's been a little while since she's posted videos, but she put a lot up all at once. She's doing a lot of these horoscopes, then a lot of stories to be told here. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into 400 views and beyond. Those will likely grow as she posts more and more, and then when we get into live streams, these can involve stories being told, narrated, let's just say, by the creator, but also tutorials. So She Stole My Thunder a while back started giving us these tutorials using Canva, which I mentioned earlier as well, a free program and app that can help you with banners and thumbnails and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with She Stole My Thunder. There's more variety there, and She Stole My Thunder as well. You want to see something unbelievably impressive is the Flickr account here. So when we talk about the older social networks, Flickr's still running. But Flickr was something that was really popular, something I used to talk about every day, probably 10 years ago. Pardon me, She Stole My Thunder has over 200,000 photos on Flickr of different types. So hopefully everybody will check that out, because it's an interesting thing to know about another fellow creator, right? We always love learning things about each other. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel that we can learn about, and hopefully everybody will connect with She Stole My Thunder and push her towards the 2,300 subscribers she's thinking about. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens, good to see you here. Yeah, I got to go look at Flickr and see if I even left anything on there. I think what they used to do, if I remember right, one of the other social networks, and I don't think it was MySpace, I think it was something else plugged into Flickr, so you could have like a Flickr account, or Photo Bucket was another one, and then those pictures would show up on your social media profile or something like that, if I remember right. Fairbrick Studio is up on the screen right now, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're chasing some watch hours right now, so they're doing a little bit of this relaxing music or ASMR type videos. But this channel's known for Lego stop motion videos. That's how they started, and a lot of video gameplay, like this Lego Tower game here. So Lego's a big theme on this channel. There's lots more video gameplay here, as well as lots of shout outs for other creators, similar to what we're doing here in Superchat, but in a video format. They've been posting a lot of these mobile game capture video as shorts, let's just say. These have gotten into 19,000, 24,000, 28,000. I think these ones are new as well. This reminds me of a game that I like. Actually, some of you know that I happen to be a computer programmer as well, and I put some apps on the App Store a long time ago. They're just awful and like the worst games you've ever seen, but they were just copies of other things, and that was one I was going to copy. Was can't remember the name of it, where you swipe the tiles, you see what they're doing in this thing here. So someday I hope to get back to that, but it's quite an undertaking, but we'll see. Fairbrick Studio posts frequently. And then, like I said, if we dig through the channel, we get more video gameplay, channel shoutouts, and some Lego videos of different types. So hopefully everybody will connect with Fairbrick Studio. They're here with us just about every day as well. And then we'll spin. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I think the Numismaniac was doing a live stream right before we started today, so we know there's going to be fresh content on their channel as well. Backyard Trucker is in the house. I've caught them many times. They got some great stories about success lately with live streams. They tried some vertical lives and found a little bit of luck on top of the consistency on the channel, getting them just thousands of views. Our New Land, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I am Betty J. Gathers, an over-the-top, enthusiastic, and dynamic creator, as somebody who's been a dear friend for about 4 years as well. She is working on 2,300 subscribers right now. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Typically, she talks about living her best life over 60 and wants to inspire and motivate others with a lot of positivity on the channel. Lately, she's been doing a lot of vlogging, where she's bringing us about her day. She could be indoors, she could be outdoors, she could be getting some fresh flowers, she could be cleaning around the house, she could be taking us on an outdoor adventure. She talks about intermittent fasting and other healthy ways to live, healthy alternatives and ideas. And then this creator does a lot of live streaming as well. So she's got one coming up next week, or it's in just a couple of days, actually. Pardon me. It's on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll catch you for that. I'll be back working outdoors, but hopefully I'll get a late start that day and I'll catch you. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. Sometimes she has guests. She's been doing a bit with Trish the Natural lately. She's had other guests, and she's been on tons of other channels as well. I Am Betty J. Gathers is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. We'd love to push her towards that 2,300 subscribers. Then when we dig into the shorts videos, we're going to see that she's gotten into 9,000, 10,000 views on a couple of these. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J. Gathers. She is an incredibly, I say it again, enthusiastic creator who's been a dear friend to all of us here in the Tuber Chat family for what I believe is 4 years now, or pretty close to it. And she's here frequently as well. We'll spin and we'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Lisa's Fun Finds, good to see you in the house. I'm not sure if they're still in the chat right now. They were here earlier for a long time. They picked up a gifted membership today. They've been a longtime friend as well. Lisa's Fun Finds, I think, has been with us a couple years. They're working on 700 subscribers right now. The reason why I talk about the length of some of these friendships, literally being 2 years, 3 years, getting close to 4 years in some cases, is just to instill the idea that there are generous creators out there willing to support your channel. This goes for all of us, literally years into the future. If we could all just meet each other, right? That's what we're doing here. So Lisa's Fun Finds is one of those creators, and she's been, like I said, a friend of what I think is a couple of years now. Just one short on the channel for now. We'll see if they're going to do any more. Lots of live streams. This is where she does what she does regularly. I caught her just a couple of weeks ago. Again, lots of StreamYard panels here with other creators. And what these creators are going to do is almost like an auction style of live sale. So they put things up, they talk about them, and then you can buy them, while you're in the stream. It's a really cool concept. And we've got a few friends that do that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lisa's Fun Finds. We'd love to push her towards the 700 subscribers that we know that she's thinking about. I just spun the wheel, so we'll get to another channel in a quick moment here. Right before we do, I'm going to play for you a clip again from our interview series that's come out as videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. And these are conversations that I've had that last anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long almost, with creators who've been friends of us for at least a few years. The big thing about this is that all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. you mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. Yeah. But how we felt from how we were watching on our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
For that, I could have fell off my chair, Pete. my sister was the first one to notice it and start poking fun about that a long while ago, where if you look at pictures, because my entire life has been on social media since I was, I don't know, 15 or 16 or whatever it was, when AOL and CompuServe and all that came out. I wanted to be the easiest person to find, so I was enthusiastic about all social media before we were even calling it social media. Probably not a good idea, and I don't blame anybody, that likes to keep their personal stuff off of the internet. It's too late for me. Everything was already out there. But if somebody was to go back and look at the pictures over time, you see weight gain, weight loss, you see my hairline start to recede. And it's funny because the Stock Explorer has mentioned a few times, they're like, oh, Kevin's having a good hair day. And it's always when I use the gel or other nonsense to put my hair up the way I usually do. I just haven't done it. I really should, but I don't. And I know it probably has nothing to do with it truly, but because my hairline is starting to move, I just don't want to speed it up. It's not going to change it. I'm probably never going to color it. I'm probably never going to try to replace it or anything like that. But I don't want to do anything to speed it up, let's just say, right? Even with hats, Rambling with the Brooms and Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark sent over 2 hats for me as well. So I don't know if I'm going to I'll wear them once in a while. Probably when I go out and do a walking stream. I just got to try to remember that, so that everybody thinks I'm Mark the Shark or Rambling with the Brooms. But yeah, Jevin, that's just they're just joking. We're all just joking. Hair today, gone tomorrow. I don't know if that's the first time I've heard that, but it had to be. I almost fell off the chair when he said that right now. Like I said, my sister would find that funny. Lisa's Fun Finds. Oh, pardon me. We just talked about this channel, and now I don't know if I spun the wheel and just ripped off somebody's chance. Pardon me, I might be making a mistake right now. I must have spun and said we were going to get to another channel, and for the life of me, I was laughing and thinking about that and putting another name on the wheel. Jevin Richardson is on there now, so I might have just missed somebody's turn. The Numismaniac. Oh, the Bud Files I should have put up. Okay, I'll do that right next, actually. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. And then I cleared a few names off the wheel. If any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to start going through channels from our chat list now. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So the more you're talking to creators here in the chat, the faster you're going to get onto the wheel and the screen. Now, the Numismaniac, I think they did a live stream just, there it is, an hour ago. It was a long one. I didn't know that. So they are an incredible storyteller, but the Numismaniac on their channel is going to talk about a lot of history. The main focus is numismatic collectible coins and other collectibles, usually of value, let's just say. But that leads to a lot of history on the channel, as we'd expect. They're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers at 968, so they just need 32 more. And we'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. They're doing a challenge here that includes giveaways, this Canadian coin challenge. So I'm going to put the latest one on my catch-up list. I think they're doing these daily. And they've been doing this for a while now, all summer, I think. The Numismaniac is known as the Skipper on their channel. So when you see them, there they are right there. They've often got StreamYard panels with a lot of familiar faces, people you'll meet when you get there. And they talk collectibles, they talk history. The conversation can go just about anywhere once it starts. And then shorts on this channel feature a little bit of Canadian winter weather. Another fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta this time. One of his shorts has gotten into 1,700 views, and I think that one still gets views today. Slowly but surely, which is great. So the Numismaniac is working on that 1,000. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. We'd love to push them a little bit closer. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long, long time. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. The Bud Files is coming up now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then the Life of Tiff, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. It's the Bankroll still here. The Bud Files are very well known as a family of creators who are seeming to be everywhere all the time, supporting other creators. They will, after you connect with them, for everyone, become one of your most supportive supporters, if that makes sense. The Bud Files is a family of creators that wants to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. They do that through shorts and live streams as well as typical videos. They could be indoors, but are most often outdoors, taking us on adventures and bringing us a lot of history. They've really expanded the content on the channel, though. They've been with us for well beyond 3 years, probably closer to 4 now. But they have really started to expand a lot of different things. That really started probably when shorts became a thing and got really popular. So you get an idea of the variety on the channel when you dig through these. But they've done really well, getting into 5,000 views and one over 15,000, which is great to see. Monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then when we look at live streams, this family will most often take us out for adventures, but they also invite us into their home and give us an opportunity to hang out with them while they sing or dance or play games or throw bowling balls through the house and other fun things. And they have a lot of fun together. Like I said, a lot of family togetherness here. I think it's what draws me to this channel more than anything else. And they take us to interesting places, abandoned locations, graveyard cemeteries, and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. We'd love to push them towards the 2,200 subscribers. We know that they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So what we're looking at right now is Backyard Trucker. This is another creator who's here with us regularly. We actually talked about their channel just briefly earlier because they have collaborated many times with Marketplace Boutique, who inspires them to get more content out there. Now, Backyard Trucker's really been hitting it hard on this channel. Lots of videos coming out frequently. They've gotten into shorts that have done really well. A lot of dash cam footage here, into 12,000 views. One other video over 13,000. But they also have a lot of live streams, so they're on almost every day. I've caught them many times before. If we dig through a few weeks ago, you're going to find a couple of live streams. Here they are. One of these got 19,000 views one day, and it almost would seem a little bit random because YouTube lets us know, and for a couple months there it seemed that they were really pushing out vertical live streams. That still happens today. You see a little bit of a different audience coming in because people can get to these vertical lives through the shorts feed as well. The only reason that makes sense is because shorts are done in a vertical format. The vertical live streams, I guess YouTube decided it was okay to merge the two a little bit. So you have the opportunity to reach more people, and Backyard Trucker just happened to do a combination of a few things. First of all, I believe they're very active on the channel. That contributed to it. They're consistently streaming all the time. They let me know they think the title had to do with it. So it's kind of like right place, right time. And I mentioned this to them the other day, or yesterday when I was in the last live stream. Yesterday it was. And what we were talking about is the idea, like Backyard Trucker, obviously for anybody that knows any truck drivers, a lot of times they're driving long shifts. In the United States, I think they can drive up to 11 hours. In Canada, I think they can extend that by an extra 3 hours. I think our drivers can go 14 hours, if you can imagine. So what that means, though, is that they could be starting or stopping at almost any time of day. Not any kind of a reasonable, let's just say 9 to 5 idea. So I am guessing that some of what leads to the success for, let's say, truckers that are doing live streams, or in this case, Backyard Trucker, might be the start time. So that's just an idea, and I'd love to, I'm going to talk to them more about this and hopefully hear back from them about whether they think that might have played into this, because that can give us a little bit of a hint. YouTube gives us a tool in the analytics that tells us when's the best time to post for our channel. So a little bit of magic mixed with a little bit of experience and a little bit of luck can lead to some of these like really, really big wins. And we're hoping for more for Backyard Trucker, and hopefully we'll push them towards the 800 subscribers they're now thinking about. That was a big jump they went through. Wheat's Art is a longtime friend that brings fun into everything they do. We're going to look at their channel right now, and I'm going to add some names to our wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Wheat's Art is up on the screen right now. I also see TWT-TV coming in. They've been friends of ours for at least 3 years, maybe closer to 4 as well. They've been doing a lot of live streaming also. Wheat's Art is up on the screen with a special second channel here. This is where they're featuring not only the art that they make, but also the tools that they use to make that art. 259 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 they're thinking about. I'm just looking through their videos here. Hopefully they'll post another one soon. They've got quite a few up there. It's been a week. I'm just going to grab the featured video here and put it in my catch-up list, and that will send it into the background the next time I look at the channel. Shorts over here give us an idea of the kind of art that they're bringing to us. But like I said, if we dig through their videos, we're going to find the tools that they use to make that art as well. And then when we look at this creator, we see also Wheat and Shaw is their original channel, and this is where they get a little bit more edgy is probably the best word. We'll talk about this channel in a second. Yeah, Shades of Grey. Hopefully, with more experimentation between all of us, we'll be able to give each other more hints as to what might make some of our stuff take off. Because a few of us were getting into trying a lot of those vertical streams, and a lot of us saw small amounts of success with that, just meaning more views than we would have had if we'd have done our live streams in a horizontal format. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I have a personal channel. I do a lot of outdoor live streaming on that channel, and I intend to do some more. I know a lot of people a lot of the people in the Superchat family don't like vertical live streams, and I understand that. But it is a tool that YouTube gives us, and of course we're talking about growing our channel. So I think a mix of everything could be a great idea. But we'll keep in touch with each other over what we discover with these things, like we have with playlists and other things. And then hopefully more of us can get more success more frequently. Wheat and Shaw is working on 700 subscribers. So this creator is going to bring us their artwork, random collections, and a bit more variety on their channel. They've got shorts over here. These have gotten into 3,900 and 5,000 views and beyond, pure variety as we see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel as well. They just did one yesterday. I don't know why I'm not catching these, unless you're doing it in an hour that I'm not typically on. Have I not caught you? Yeah, a couple months ago already, though. But they do quite a bit, so hopefully I'll catch them again. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So I'm going to get a couple of names onto the wheel. It's the Bankroll is going to be added. We're going to look at Jevin Richardson right now. I'm going to put the Debbie Way Gaming onto the wheel. If they're still in the chat, just let me know if you're still here. Travels and Gardening with DJ will be added, and then I'll just take it one by one. Jevin Richardson brings us Plane Spotting, and this is pretty much a one-of-a-kind channel in the chat. M&T Living It, I think I'm going to get onto the wheel as well right now, and then I'll continue afterwards. Jevin Richardson is working on 1,200 subscribers. So this creator will bring us all kinds of different aircraft. They've got a brand new video from a week ago. I'm just going to put that into my catch-up list right now. Give me a chance to keep caught up with them, somewhat anyway. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that these have done well, getting into 8,000 views, 9,000 views, and a couple of video game these PlayStation controller shorts have gotten into 17,000 and even 42,000 views, which is spectacular. So hopefully we'll see more of that success from Jevin Richardson. This is another creator who's here with us just about every day and always engaging in a lot of vibrant conversation in the chat, for which I'm grateful. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So I always appreciate the kind things that people say about the Tuber Chat channel, about our moderators, about myself, about our supporters that are here regularly and things like that, about the help that they say Tuber Chat gives to their channels, whether they're talking about me or us or the channel or the community or anything like that. I wish that there was a lot more that we could do, because here we're only able to talk about bite-sized ideas. And I know I mention it all the time, but I've been in social media from the beginning. By no means do I want anybody to think that I refer to myself as an expert. It's just that I have a lot of experience and I've seen all the networks grow and flourish. And then with experience here on YouTube, I've run many channels, right? One of the creators, or the creator I run other channels for now, has passed 100,000 subscribers between a few channels. I have not built one to 100,000 yet, and it's not just me doing it when we talk about this stuff either. I used to run a few more channels as well, but I talked about them more in the early years of Tuber Chat and then let a lot of that go when I started to get, first of all, too busy. And the idea, I didn't want to have people just pay me to do it. I wanted hands-on owners. Not everybody can do that kind of thing, right? But when we talk about this stuff, I appreciate the things that people say about the help that has been given. But I promise you, those interviews that I keep playing the clips from feature a lot of gold. I keep saying that over and over and over again, because those interviews turned out far better than I imagined that they would. And the reason why is because I didn't give a lot of my opinion. Everybody gets to hear from me here every day, and not everybody's going to agree with every single thing. I don't necessarily agree or find the same truths for myself and my channels that the creators in the interview series found. But the idea is for us to hear different opinions for people who have long passed 10,000 subscribers and got their channels to a place that we, let's say, want to be. For a lot of creators here, I believe everybody or almost everybody can have 10,000 subscribers if they want to. I've always said that. 100,000 only becomes questionable because that can take years. We don't know what the world or YouTube is going to look like 3 years from now. But what I would do if I was somebody who was really serious, you don't have to take it seriously, I'm just saying, if you're serious about growing your channel and you really want to know some of the things that you don't hear all the time, but information that everybody, I believe, here needs to listen to, those interviews there's now got to be 5 hours of it up there, right, between 3 different episodes. I would grab a notepad or your phone or whatever else, and I would literally make time to listen to those and what those creators had to say, because they came up with a lot of things that I didn't think to ask. I learned from all of them, while talking to them. They've all been friends a long time. And they all have, some of them have different answers to some of the questions that I asked about shorts, about views, about live streaming, and lots of different things. So I promise you there's lots of information there. And anybody who listens to that stuff is going to up their game on YouTube, no matter who you are and what you do. I promise you, that's absolutely the truth because of what you will learn from those creators. So I hope everybody will check those out. I'll play another clip in a few minutes here. Shades of Grey is up on the screen. Now, this is a creator that wants to motivate and inspire us in a spiritual way. They've got a lot of information on their About page about the inspiration behind the channel. They've posted a few more videos here over the last couple of days. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They've got some shorts over here, and these are starting to move. They'll soon have 100 views on these, and then live streams as well. They've done a couple of these as an experiment. We'll keep an eye on the channel, see if they're gonna keep those going. Paul Lee Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Silent Silver, good to have you back, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I just wanted to put some emphasis on that because, you know, not that it's a matter of self-promotion, but I really believe everybody can benefit from watching those interviews and really taking notes when it's appropriate. I don't expect anybody to sit there for an hour and a half and write down everything everybody says. But when you hear something that you know you need to remember and might not, I promise you, if you make yourself just even one little notepad, that will help. As it is, one of the creators, Mod6510 Models from the UK, gave us a template that he uses for video ideas. And you can download that in the link in the description of that episode. So that's a nice surprise. Unstable TV was in our latest episode that went up on Saturday. They offered, if people have questions, comments, want to know things about YouTube that they've been through, you can reach out to them as well. So hopefully everybody will check those out. Why don't we do that right now? We'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play one more clip from the 4th upcoming episode. It'll be released right after Labor Day weekend. It'll be in the first Saturday of September. And all of these creators, like I said, talk to me for an hour to 2 hours. They're all longtime friends of Superchat, and they've all long passed that 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do. Okay. Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that, and it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience. Yes. The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, the sugar go on grits, sugar or salt. So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at...
So, Edna, thank you for all of this.
You mentioned... Okay, we're just about back. We're looking at It's Deep Bankroll. So this creator now has over 1,400 subscribers. They're working on 1,500. I could see I'm a little bit behind with this channel. I'm going to grab one of their videos right now. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. But I wonder if everybody would like to see something, because Polly Scratcher, right, just happened to say, you know, thank you for sharing a video out. So I mix up the community post shares here between not just members and moderators, not just super chatters as well. Everybody has a chance for those. I keep statistics for every single live stream. I'll show you what I'm doing in the background here. This is Streamlabs. and it keeps a list based on how active everybody's been in the chat, not just how long you're here. But when I look at this, you see a lot of the creators, the usual suspects are all at the top here. Cruz Bolero, Shades of Grey, Rushing Wind Mountain, Jevin Richardson, of course, Scratch and Pete PA, right? So the more active everybody is, the more they rise to the top of that list. And then I combine a lot of them into spreadsheets and things like that, and then I make lists that I can share videos for. So I'm just going to show you how I do this. So we'll go to the community tab of Superchat right now, and I will share out a video for It's the Bankroll. So I've already got a lot scheduled. You can see I just put this out. I always put a community post out just for silver and gold members so that they have a better chance of catching the streams, because we've been doing them as pop-ups lately. But when we look at scheduled, we can see I've got one coming up at 6, 8, 10, and then again tomorrow morning. I got to add a few in there. So what I'm going to do right now, It's the Bankroll. I can't remember when I last shared out one of their videos, but I'm just going to copy the link address for this video right here. Just copy that URL, right? And then what I'm going to do is go over here and I'm going to say, check out this new video from our member. And then I'm going to mention them as well. So if I look at It's the Bankroll and I check their handle, it's D, right? So I'm just going to start typing that. It SD, and there she comes right there. I can just hit enter and it pops right up. Now I got to add the video. Now there's a lot you can do on community posts. You can add an image poll, a regular poll, a quiz, a video. We're going to add a video right now, or you could just do text. But what I'm going to do is I put the URL in the bar here, so that it's not just picking from my videos. You can search all of YouTube, right? But if you use the URL, it's going to come up with the exact video. I'm going to put that in here, and then instead of posting right away, I'm going to schedule this, right? So I already know that I've got them done until 10 p.m. tonight. I do them every 2 hours. So I'm going to put this one out at August 5th. And I'm in the Eastern time zone. It's going to go out at 11:45 p.m. Just that's the latest I could do today. And then I'll find a few more to do at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. And these all mix up. There's no rhyme or reason to the timing or the days or anything like that. But you can see when you go through here, there's one of ours. Couple for members, one for another, that's a super chatter, and then if we dig through here, eventually we'll find moderators and things. I think I've got Pete scheduled to go tomorrow, right? So I do this in advance, and you'll see like Scratch and Pete PA tomorrow is going to put his video out at 12:15, so I do the community post at 12 o'clock for him. Right? It happens to fall at 12 o'clock, but I'm just saying. So this is an example. I just wanted to show everybody that if you hadn't already seen it before, but It's the Bankroll. I've got that video on my catch-up list as well, so I can watch it. What It's the Bankroll is talking about here is how to make money online with apps. So not just YouTube. She actually brings in multiple streams of income, shows you how she does it, and then talks about how much money she makes. But she also helps with budgeting and low-income budgeting, and then talking about her own mortgage payoff journey, talking about saving and being motivated to hopefully invest, right? And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 5,000 and 6,000 views, getting on towards 7,000. She's monetized, of course. But you can see what I mean in these shorts. She's going to show you her iPad or her tablet. She's going to show you the tools that she makes and uses to keep track of her finances. She does challenges and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with It's the Bankroll. We'd love to push her towards the 1,500 subscribers she's thinking about. Just Jason Keto and More just gifted a membership. He's done that kind of thing countless times before. Thank you for that extra generous support. Just Jason Keto and More is a dear, dear friend. And Charlene Heel will be happy to have that. She's been a member many times before. And we would look at his channel, but we saw it already. So thank you again for that extra generous support, Jason. When we look at the Simple Alaskans, I added them to the wheel when they came in. We see that these creators here are, this is a channel I'm still getting to know. We're going to look through their About section. Daryl and Lynn are here. They give us some information as to what started their channel, what we can expect here. I see that they've got a couple new videos, one from yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators or get caught up with creators. And this will be interesting to see. Processing firewood. Oh my dear goodness. I talk about firewood way too much on the Superchat family, or on the Superchat channel, because of what I've seen on Butler Family Farms channel as well. When we look at shorts over here, they're already doing very well at 8,000 and 12,000 views, but they've already got 1,200 subscribers as well, so they're working on 1,300. They've got a few live streams here. They did one a few weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. And like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And then hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I'm sure you'll enjoy the support that comes back from them. And I'm going to spin the wheel, and Travels and Gardening with DJ is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. The WA Gaming's been added to the wheel, along with M&T Living It. Cruz Bolero's still on there. Travels and Gardening with DJ. This is a creator with two different channels. I'm just going to grab their latest video here, a nature video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's what I keep talking about, to keep caught up or get caught up with creators. Lots of outdoor content here. And Travels and Gardening with DJ, they've changed up their content just a little bit, but they've let us know that it's primarily outdoor content here. We see that in the thumbnails, but they've also done well with shorts, getting into 1,600 and 1,800 views. Janine's World, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Live stream over here a couple weeks ago as well. Hopefully they'll do some more of those, and I'll just show you entertainment and more. By DJ. And when we look at this channel, this is their second. They put a lot of videos out here. It's quite a bit to take over or look after more than one channel. They're bringing more outdoor content over here. This one's got a little bit more variety. They've got arts, crafts, baking, cooking, and more. Lots of outdoor content, like I was saying. Shorts on this channel have gotten into hundreds of views, well over 400, well over 600, which is great, and they'll likely have more as they continue to post. 75 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So next up is the WA Gaming, and this is another creator who's bringing a lot of video gameplay, and I was introduced to a game which I find fascinating over here, this Beat Saber on this channel, where it to me seems like a cross between Fruit Ninja and Guitar Hero. I'm just going to look through their videos. They've got a brand new, oh, this is The Sims. So this is a nice long video. I'm going to put it at the end of my catch-up list. I'll likely run that, but that'll give you a nice hour and a half of watch time. The WA Gaming is working on 1,400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They obviously mix up the gameplay on the channel. And then shorts over here as well have gotten now into 6,000 and won over 11,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. They got a couple set up. One of them's for tomorrow, and then one the next day. They were live earlier today, so they seem to be on just about daily. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel so that we can catch them as often as possible. Silent Silver, I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now and spin, and we'll see who's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. M&T Living It is working on 2,200 subscribers. They're one of the first channels to be monetized under the new restrictions, where we need 500 subscribers, even though they already had over 1,000 when they got there, and 3,000 hours of watch time. M&T Living It has been with us for a couple of years now, and they have been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They bring a lot of family togetherness, not just cooking videos, but also cruising when they can get there, taste test reviews. They do some RC car racing and playing between the family. They've got a brand new video here. This is interesting, an RC excavator. I have to get stressed out because I occasionally will use one of those for work. Very occasionally, but I have done it more than once. And then shorts on this channel have done really well. Some of these, obviously delicious looking content, getting into thousands of views, many over 5,000, but getting into almost 9,000, 20,000 on one of them, and even 50,000 on another. Live streams on the channel are occasional. They do these about once a week by the look of it. It's been a couple weeks. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. And like I keep saying, we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. So spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Silent Silver is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins and precious metal stacking. I am a huge fan of precious metals, especially when the word recession has been coming out of the news outlets for the last few days or weeks. Silent Silver is going to is working towards 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm going to grab one of their latest videos. I can see I'm behind here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them or get caught up with them. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 6,000 and even 8,000 on the way towards 9,000 views, which is great to see. A little more variety, but it seems to be mostly in line with what they're doing in their regular videos and then live streams as well. So they're streaming occasionally. They just did one a few days ago. We'll see if they're going to keep these up. And they seem to do them frequently, just that they're sporadic without maybe a schedule. So we'll keep an eye on Silent Silver, but they've been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Superchat family for quite some time. I'm just going to have a look through our participant list here. So Janine's World, I'm going to get your channel onto the wheel right now. I know you just got here, but we're getting close to the end of the stream now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And I'm just dropping a command in the chat to check on these robots. Botrix didn't come into the premiere the other day, but I don't know if that's just because it's a premiere. We use 4 robots here, by the way: Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Botrix. So we'll see. Cruz Bolero is working towards the first 100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. There's a channel I'm still getting to know as well. We dig through the thumbnails. We find quite a bit of outdoor content, actually. A lot of travel type videos, and of course cruising will be the focus when we get into shorts over here. Some of these have gotten into hundreds of views, which is great to see. So it's a great start for the channel. and hopefully everybody will connect with them, and I'll be looking forward to more of their travel content. Let's spin the wheel. Thank you, Janine's World. We're going to look at your channel right now. I'm spinning the wheel just for fun. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. You forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We try to get to as many channels as we can in a 3-hour period. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We're going to be back on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Janine's World is up here right now with 1,400 subscribers. This is an actress, poet, singer, director, and storyteller. So I'm still getting to know Janine's World, but I've seen them out supporting other creators as well. I see Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707 coming in. Never late. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. She's a member, so we're going to put her channel onto the wheel right this second. We'll look at that one as well. Janine's World, I'm going to take one of your latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels. Over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And if anybody wants to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time. When we look at shorts over here, they've done really well. 12,000, 14,000, 15,000, which is fantastic. Then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's on frequently. It looks like approximately once a week. So I'll be looking forward to catching you for one of those. I got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. So we'll spin just for fun. We're going to look at Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707. This creator lets us know that she is part of a lot of product review and testing sites or programs, and she brings those products and the unboxings and reviews onto her YouTube channel for us to enjoy. One of the things I've seen recently is a lot of giveaway wins or contest wins, and then as well a lot of friend mail for this creator, so that's great, always great to see. Now Coastal Girl 707, Sweet Melissa's working on 300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She posts several times a week, and the products that she has here range from anything from snacks to household items to bath and beauty products. It could be just about anything on this channel. Pure variety in the unboxings and product reviews. Shorts bring other variety, where a lot of creators here in the Tuber Chat family are bringing pure variety into the shorts, if that makes sense, regardless of category or niche of the channel. But these have gotten into 2,000 views now, one over 7,000. And then live streams are something they've experimented with. We'll keep an eye on the channel, see if Sweet Melissa's going to do some more of those, and we've got our notification bells on. So thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, the Stock Explorer, and our moderators. And we will be back on Friday. Like I said, we're aiming for 1 p.m. Eastern, and we'll likely try for Sunday and Monday again. So thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.